Okay, so I guess today's random unless we want to sing and dance on the internet, which I don't. I'm already showered. I just got home from the gym. I have a lot of work to do, and I'm already braless. So I'm not gonna dance, and I'm sure as hell not gonna sing. So let's make this quick. I realized that I always text Megan what the theme is, and it's usually in the Facebook message, but it's just so long to read that I don't ever feel like reading it. But I do read it, like I just read it right now. That's how I know it's this, because I don't think Megan responded. She did respond, but I read the Facebook message first. So there's that. Yeah. I have a shit ton of stuff to do this week. I have a paper due tomorrow, a German paper due tomorrow, German exercises due tomorrow. I've got, what else is due tomorrow? A homework to do that was due today, but I didn't do it. Wednesday I have a test in German on historical linguistics, so that should be fun. On Thursday, I have a Psych 101 test, which shouldn't be hard, but yeah, it's still a test. Friday, and I have more German exercises due. And when I say like more German exercises, I mean like 20. With 20 like segments, like A through whatever. And then within those, there's 10, at least 10 questions each. So just, yeah. And then Friday I have another paper due for Shakespeare on Othello. So this can be bitch theme week if you don't feel like singing and dancing, which I'm guessing most of you don't. Except for you, Alex Lynn, you're committed to doing that. So yeah, bitch away. I just decided you can bitch all you want about this week because it's fucking awful for me. But then, good news is I'm going to Chicago to see Marley, which I'm more excited about. I have an ugly middle part. Don't look at that because I'm about to braid my hair. And I'm very excited to see Marley. And very excited for spring break. And yeah, so that's, what I've been doing the past week is nothing I should be doing, which is why I have so much work to do this week. And I've been watching Merlin, which is so good, but so bad at the same time. Oh, and Sherlock is so well written. I tried to talk about this in my last video. That's what I could do. I quickly talk about what I talked about in my last video. I hope this is working. Let me check. Woo woo, it's working. So, continue. I talked about last week, things that I've always wanted to do is go to Germany, which I hopefully will be doing soon, because I'm going to study abroad. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx myself. And as much as Jeff Hall tells me that I'm going to get it and it's going to be fine, literally he assures me every weekend when I see him, he's assured me that it's going to be fine and it's in everyone's financial interest that I go. I still don't believe him and I will never believe him, ever, even when I'm in Germany. So yeah, go to Germany, get a good job. I have really boring practical wants and wishes for my life. The only thing, I don't want to stand up because I don't have a bra on. The only thing that's not really practical is I really want this tattoo. My sister drew it for me, so first of all, there's some significance there for the sheer fact that my sister drew this tattoo for me. But it's based on the Dark Tower series, if anyone has read it, which I don't think any of you have, because I think it was Doug and Brendan who had read it. I tried to get Greg to read it, but he wouldn't. This is just based on a quote, which I love, which is, I'm just going to put it there for now. Oh, Jesus. Which is, go then, there are other worlds than these, and it's my favorite character in the first book. He dies, but that's not really the end of his part of the story. So, he dies, and the main character, Roland, has to make the decision between letting this person die or carrying on with his quest. And it's really tragic, and it's really sad, and I don't know, that quote, sticks with me forever, and it, gives me chills every time I read it, and it's in, several of the books, and in the last book, I believe, oh, Jesus, I've been reading this book for, I think, over 2 years. And I'll explain why in a second. Okay. Maybe it's not in this. Sorry, I'm looking. Maybe it's in the last one. Oh, damn it. I don't remember. I think it's in the last book, which I don't feel like getting. Because it's right there. Whatever. Let me look. If it's not in this one, then it's in the next book, and I really don't feel like getting that one out. Well, that, and I don't have it, because my mom gave it back to my brother. Yes, okay, here it is. So, in the beginning, this, mind you, he said this in the first book, but this is the 6th book, and at the beginning it says, "Go then, there are other worlds than these," and I can't really explain how emotional that quote makes me feel. It sounds so dumb, because it's kind of like a weird quote to be really emotionally attached to, but I am. And I guess it's just the characters. Second of all, I just want everyone to read this book so bad, and when we'll read it, just read it. It's so good. It's like adult Harry Potter, but better. It took Stephen King 30 years to write, and I don't like Stephen King. Or I didn't think I liked Stephen King. And then I read this, and it was awesome. Maybe this could be a book review. This could be book review week, too. What the hell just fell out? A piece of plastic just fell out of this. But I've been reading this book for, I've been reading this book for less than a year, but I've been reading the series since freshman year of college. Oh my god, I've been reading this series since the freshman year of college. Shit, son. But Stephen King describes writing this book that it came in waves. Like, he couldn't sit down and he couldn't force himself to write it. Like, he would go like 10 years without thinking about the series, or consciously thinking about the series, and then he would one day sit down and write this entire book in like 4 days. So he talked about it, he called it like listening to the song of the Dark Tower, which I just love the concept of. And if you read it, if you are into, if anyone who knows me, I am huge into like symbolism, and I just was part of the reason why I love being an English major, was discussions over books and the like symbol and how it ties into certain things, and which is why I love Shakespeare. And it's all just like symbolism. It's like symbolisms on symbolisms on symbolisms, racks on racks on racks, and I just love this, and that's what this whole book is. No thing in this book is arbitrary, which it is so complicated to read. And that's why it takes me so long, because every little thing means something, which A, I love, but B, it's really, really frustrating. But, as I was saying, so every book that Stephen King wrote in between, every book he's written from the time he started this series in the 70s until now, like Carrie and The Shining and Salem's Lot, all have to do with the Dark Tower series. They all have characters that have to do with the Dark Tower series, places, events, certain sayings, like everything comes back to this series. It's so weird, but